One got knocked down, he won't get up again. The other went knocked him down. One got knocked down, and now he's fucking dead. The other went knocked him out. Combo Breaker!
Aw, hell yeah, it's gonna be one swifty episode. Today we have a battle between the dimension-hopping Rick and the ultimate triangle, Bill Cipher. Alright, starting off with the swiftiest man alive, Rick Sanchez, and grandfather to Morty, but no one gives a crap about that part. So Rick himself doesn't have much other than his super intelligence, but he makes up for this and more with his inventions, so let's go ahead and check those out. Rick wields his iconic portal gun that he can use to hop between universes, realities, and timelines. It can also be a makeshift weapon, as we've seen him split someone in half as he summoned a portal where he was. He also has the Meeseeks box, where Rick, with the press of a button, can summon a Mr. Meeseeks. A Mr. Meeseeks is an immortal being that can't die until it completes its task. It wants to die, so he'll try and complete his task at any means possible, even if it means killing the person they're trying to help. Now, he also has the size shifter that allows him to shrink things to microscopic levels or grow things to continent-size levels. He also has, he's created multiple potions, like turning people into mantises, a potion that makes people fall in love with Morty to the point where they will kill to find him, and there's this other thing that made people look like a giant mutant testicle, but we're not going to go to that part. Rick can also freeze time with the press of a button thanks to his fourth-dimensional device that he stole, and he uses concentrated dark matter that allows his spaceship to move at faster-than-light speeds, and if he can make fake versions that explode the second you add the last ingredient. The Antimatter Gun is one of Rick's most powerful weapons, as it's a little pistol that shoots antimatter, able to destroy trans-dimensional beings that are incapable of natural damage. He also has this weird little wrist laser thing that can destroy you on a subatomic level and even turn you into a snake if he really feels like it. He also carries a freeze ray that turns enemies into fragile ice statues that can be shattered just by falling. And he has the curse remover that allows him to take the awful parts of curses off of objects that were literally cursed by the devil. And finally, Rick has his dream interceptor, which is so crazy that he can go in a dream, inside of 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 a dream. But unfortunately, the opponent has to be knocked out or sleeping for this. So on to feats and stats. Rick physically by himself is strong enough to beat large aliens with his bare hands, but with his size manipulation, he can grow the size of North America, and in one episode he's going to blow up the world, and he has this fake concentrated dark matter that can blow up entire space stations, and he has a weapon that can merge universes, timelines, and realities. So that's pretty damn strong. Rick is also fast enough to dodge lasers, and his ship can travel at faster-than-light speeds, giving him some pretty crazy reaction speeds. Rick has also taken hits from large monsters and can create powerful force fields that can block out dangerous attacks. Rick is also a super genius. He is so smart, he actually needs to keep Morty with him to cloak his brainwaves, and he's so smart he built a sentient robot to pass butter. He's also outsmarted the devil and figured out in a few seconds that he was in a simulation, inside a simulation, inside another simulation, and then tricked the enemies that put him in the simulation into blowing themselves up. But with all of Rick's amazing things, you'd think he's unstoppable, but he is so flawed. He's insane, an alcoholic, a drug addict, a narcissist, and he's incredibly reckless and loves to fix things the last possible second if he ever screws up. From the insane man of science to the mental triangle of chaos. Oh, Bill Cipher. He's an evil triangle who wants to conquer the multiverse, but his plans were stopped by two twins, Dipper and Mabel Pines. So being the most overpowered cartoon character ever, he must have some perks, and those perks are in his powers. Bill is immortal, and the fact that he can't die unless he trapped in someone's mind and then erased their mind. And in case you were wondering, yes, even if you were to blow him into tiny pieces, he would regenerate from it, because his regeneration is insane. It does take a little bit, but he can heal from anything. He can teleport, shapeshift, and use transmutation, and manipulate electricity and the weather. He can also warp reality to his whim, manipulate time and gravity, and he can create minions, manipulate biological life, force people to fall asleep, cause nightmares, manipulate light and dreams. He can also see all universes all the time. He also can create his illusions as well as become intangible. And he can also fly, manipulate energy, matter, fire, and his size. And he has telepathy and telekinesis. Plus, he can use his madness bubbles to cause people to go insane. And he's aware of the fourth wall. And in case that wasn't enough, if you allow Bill into your mind, he gains more powers such as mind and soul manipulation, soul removal, and possession. Damn, this guy's got a bigger arsenal than Pac-Man. Alright, so on to feats and stats. Bill Cipher, while attaining his physical form, messed up all the laws of physics inside of Gravity Falls, which doesn't sound impressive, but it would have hit everywhere had there not been the bubble around Gravity Falls. He's also able to one-shot the Time Baby, and the Time Baby has once said he's a multiversal threat. Bill is also omnipresent and pretty much infinitely fast. as he has no limits with his speed, with teleportation and the fact that he's just everywhere. Bill is also immune to all forms of damage except for being erased from inside a mind. And Bill is a super genius, and he claims to know lots of things, those are his exact words, such as the truth to all conspiracy theories. But Bill isn't some unstoppable triangle of chaos. He does have his weaknesses, such as, he's stuck in Gravity Falls, Oregon due to the natural law of weirdness, and he's unable to escape, and he's vulnerable to a victim in their minds. Also, his regeneration does take a little bit of time before he can heal from some wounds, as one time when his eye was removed, it took him a few minutes before it could come back. Alright, our combatants are set. Let's let the battle begin. Rick is outside Gravity Falls in his ship putting together his guns. Rick flies into Bill's fort in the sky and lands in the doorway. Bill turns and looks at Rick as he gets out of the car drinking from his flask. Bill flies up to Rick and starts laughing at him. Rick then pulls out a small laser pistol and shoots Bill in the eye. Bill stumbles back and turns red as he shoots a large laser at Rick, who walks through a portal dodging the beam. Rick walks out from behind Bill and pulls out a box and presses the button 10 times on it. 10 Mr. Meeseeks appear and run at Bill, who grows to a large size and starts smashing them under his foot. Rick hands the box to one of the Meeseeks, and they create a large army and start distracting Bill. Rick puts together an orange potion, and Bill looks to see Rick putting it together. Bill flies towards Rick, who shoots a hole through him with his Antimatter Gun. Bill moves back as he starts to regenerate, and Rick throws the potion at Bill as he starts to heal. Bill flies at Rick and screams, "Where is Morty?" Rick then presses the Meeseeks button and another one appears as he points to the Meeseeks. Bill flies over and enters the mind of Mr. Meeseeks, and then Mr. Meeseeks vanishes as his job is done. Rick laughs and starts to drink from his flask triumphantly. Well, our winner is Rick Sanchez, and really, this is not a matter of stats. This match had really only to do with tools, intelligence, and personality. So Rick wins because he has the tools to do so. His Antimatter Gun could theoretically one-shot Bill Cipher, and if you really don't want to take the Antimatter Gun as a one-shot because of the way Bill Cipher works and the differences between universes, then there's always the fact that Rick has the Mr. Meeseeks and the Love Potion. He hits Bill with the Love Potion, he falls in love with Morty, wants to know where he is, Rick tricks him into going to Mr. Meeseeks' mind, then Mr. Meeseeks disappears because his job was to let Bill Cipher into his mind, thus killing Bill. And Rick is more than smart enough to figure this out rather quickly, and thanks to Bill's personality of wanting to play with his opponents for, abnormally long amounts of time, he's more than capable of living long enough to figure out this weakness. Now, a lot of people are going to be like, well, why isn't he just going to kill me immediately? Bill Cipher doesn't kill his opponents very, very often. Here's the thing. If he wanted to kill his opponents and he just wanted to win, then he would have killed Dipper and Mabel so early in the series, but he didn't. The only character he's ever actually killed was Time Baby, and that's because he saw him as a threat. Rick is just a human. He wouldn't see him as that big of a threat, thus Rick would have the element of surprise when he starts pulling out all these crazy weapons that can kill Bill. Now, what really screws over Bill is a lot of his mental attacks, which he's good at using, such as the Madness Bubbles, won't work on Rick. He's already insane, so the Madness Bubbles aren't going to work on him whatsoever. So because Rick is smarter, has better technology, and the means to kill Bill Cipher, Rick claims victory in this battle. Next time on Combo Breaker. Maui vs. Hercules.